in Phoenix, where we get together once a week to be able to try and help each other in some way, looking for the different aspects of what makes us as a group. That's where the power is, and we all expect something. When we start the year off, we expect to have a good year. We expect that our business is going to flourish a little bit, just naturally, and I I read a term yesterday, and it says, if you have no expectations, you'll never be disappointed. So that was good. So we'll just move into the education. Well, we've said that, and Eric, take it away, sir.
That's a perfect
Oh, no,
segue,
listen.
Tony. So your information or your education for today is we are all entrepreneurs. Obviously, we all need to be in sales, and as such, we have to be in a contact sport with our clients, our prospects. What does that mean? That means that we have to be out there and we have to be seen by our clients as being the professional, as being the advisor, as being the consultant, as being the person that is going to be right for them if the fit is right. One of the ways of doing that is you already have a list of clientele. You also probably have a list of prospects that have reached out to you at some point, 2 months ago, 6 months ago, all the way up to 6 years ago. It really doesn't matter. But if you have everybody on a master list, one thing that might be of interest to you is to send out a survey. And the survey really needs to be super simple. It has to be under a minute. And what you do is you ask your clients in the subject heading, can you spare 10 seconds to answer 3 questions or 6 questions or whatever it might be. And so when they receive that, they open up the email and make sure it's in a system that will allow you to see the open rate of the email. And then you're going to be able to judge how many people have actually filled out the survey. The survey could be something as simple as this. Are you looking to purchase a property? I'm going to do real estate. Are you looking to purchase a property in the next year? Do you have a property to sell in the next year? Is the inflation rate and the uncertainty of inflation causing you any anxiety or concerns? So list a few questions like that, send out the email, and see how many people are answering those emails. We have some realtors in a group that have started doing this, and they're getting 30, 40, 50, 60% open rates of the email, first and foremost. And they're getting anywhere from 10 to 30 to 40 percentage response rates from the survey. So what does that do? That means that your client, your prospect, your sphere of influence now know that you're serious about your business. You're working on your business. You're looking to advise. You're looking to help. You're looking to service. And that you have some thoughtful questions as to how to best potentially service people. And then when you get the responses, now you kind of have a gauge of what 2024 is looking like. You have a gauge of what is it that is of interest to people. And then what you can do is you can cater your social media, you can cater your emails to your clients, your newsletters, etc., to those particular themes. So in our case, it would be, is inflation an issue for you? Is the economy an issue for you? Is political, there's going to be elections this year. Is that a concern of yours? But make it under a minute so that people will just look at one screen, see a few questions, and say, yeah, I'll check off 3 of those, and I'll hit submit. So there is a great way of being in contact with your clients without overly reaching, without asking for a sale, without asking for a friend or a referral. It's a nice, easy way to let them know that you're thinking of them. So hopefully that helps out. And if you need any help or assistance with that, let me know. Take care.
Great. Thank you very much, Eric. Good advice. Yeah, awesome. Okay, we're just going to give a little idea of how Phoenix is doing over the past while. And we have several aspects that we've been working on. And here we go. Okay, this is our main homepage. If you want to know anything, most of it is on the homepage. And the member of the week that we have is Kat. Congratulations, Kat. All of us will be on there eventually, and we change that every week. And if you have a visitor that wants to come in any one of our 4 chapters during the week, there's Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You just seem to press the red button, And that brings us on. And this way, if you have a new computer and you forget what the ID is for the Zoom meeting, you can always go to the main page and find out those answers. Over the last while, our referrals have been doing great over the first 5 weeks or so. Yeah, it's been about 5 weeks since we started this year. We've got 6,900 reported referrals. I've got another 1,100 I'll be adding to that. I just got a note last night. 43 referrals so far this year. And this all adds on to the 4.5 million plus business we've done over the last 8 years. And we are celebrating our 8th year as a group, and it's been quite the journey for sure. Our e-cards are already at over 1,000 hits that we've had collectively. We keep track of that so we could see how the marketing is for the group and for yourself. Anytime you have every member has an e-card link. So if you put it on your emails, on all of your posts as much as you can, it's another way that people can connect to you all over the world. It is digital, and that is really powerful. That's how they get a hold of you. I'm only now starting to get more and more clients from the e-card I've been producing 2 years ago, and I'm starting to get that now. So it takes a while for people to say, "Oh, I like that service. I can't wait until I'm ready for it." So whether you're a realtor, whether you're a handyman, or whether you wanted flowers, they'll keep a mental note. And when the situation comes up, opportunity presents itself, they know where to go. And it's on their phone. And so they sometimes I'll pick up a business card, a paper one, and look at it, and I have no idea who or why I have this card. But the e-card is way different. It shows everything in that card. And if you've changed your website, your phone number, your address, it doesn't matter. As soon as they click on it, everything that's updated will be instantly at their disposal. Every Tuesday at 8 o'clock, Durini has his East Winds networking. Uh, every Tuesday night, we have Jacqueline doing her Hatha yoga, and that's a good link there. Our Mix and Mingle is coming up, which is on the 20th of February, and it's going to be at Wendy's location on Lancaster Road. So this is how to register for that. Just basically put in your information and your email address and everything, and or your email and your name. That's it. And it just makes it so much easier when we're looking at trying to get together on a monthly basis, one-on-one. Penny Lee has her dancing moving to heel Nia, and I do my Fridays inner training for that membership that we have every week, and it's about an hour long for that full length. There's your QR for all of the members. And this is great if you want to find somebody that you're at a trade show and somebody says they need an electrician or they need something. You know they're in the group. Now you have to find them. So with one button, you can find anybody that's in Phoenix with their QR code. And on your phone, of course, I'm on a computer right now, so you won't be able to make the QR larger so people can scan it. But that's the real power. You'll have your phone on you, and you have everybody's business card in the group. And at the same time, the whole group has yours to basically tap your or anyone's QR will take them right to the whole profile of that person. So it's very very good when you're trying to find somebody in that way. So you make sure that you use that if you need to. There's the Phoenix code. If you know somebody that wants to come into Phoenix and they want to know more about it, there's the code on the main page. Okay. They can apply, and everything's all in one place. So far, we've got 37,000, just a bit over that, in our charities that we've raised over the last 8 years, and it's going to be added to the golf tournament that we're going to have this year on August the 1st. It's going to all go to Make-A-Wish, to our good friend Mike Volotsky, which he is also doing, playing it forward for wishes through that venue, and it's all of it's going to go to Make-A-Wish. So it's all for the kids. So it's good to go through that. Okay, and I think we've covered everything. All right. We
Well, Tony,
just a quick note. Yeah.
I'm glad you cleared up that thing about Wendy's because we're going to a Wendy's restaurant.
Yeah.
How are we going to fit that in?
Yeah, okay. I should have been more specific. Yes, you're right.
At Wendy's, I think of all these Wendy's restaurants.
Yeah, well, around Christmas time, we went to Eric's place, and it was delightful. Eric, you really treated us so well. A very good host, awesome. And so we figured we give the rest of the realtors the opportunity as well. It's Wendy Chung location for this week, and we're going to have it catered. So there's going to be a nice food and some good times there. And there's another one coming up for Lana. I believe Penny Lee has that. I have it written down somewhere anyway. Atlanta's going to be hosting it, I think, either next month or the month after. So we have some really cool plans, and I won't spoil the surprise, but we have some really cool ideas for summer. So get ready. So that'll be good for that. Okay, so let's get right into our intros. Let's see. I think we've got the plan there. I think we've got everything. Want to make sure we cover before we get in. Steve is supposed to present. I don't see him here, so we'll see how well he is. So okay,
yeah, he's on the roster to present today.
Yes, actually, last night he sent me a bio, so I'm supposed to make him look good. So I'm ready. So we just need the presenter. So we have a little bit of time anyway. So let's start with how do we start with Penny Lee? Go for it, girl.
Good morning, everyone. Penny Lee Prevo, the Dancing Motivator, co-founder of the Graduate Thrivers Incorporated. And today I wanted to remind you that this is my dance studio that I'm in here today. I do classes on Zoom. And Wednesday night, I have my classic Nia that I teach on Zoom. So people from anywhere can Zoom in with me, 7 to 8 p.m. And the classic Nia is a little bit of a higher cardio class. It's a great conditioning of your muscles. And we work through each of our body parts with 52 different moves and 9 movement forms. So you really get everything moving, as well as the opportunity to clear your mind and relax. So helps to relieve stress. And on Saturdays at 1 o'clock, I offer a moving to heal class, which it's still within the Nia movement forms. However, it is scaled back a little bit, and people who are in a chair, who have chronic pain can also participate at their own level. So keep in mind, anybody that you might know of who is looking to regain vitality, or someone who maybe is living at home alone and can't get out to activities, this is a great opportunity to connect through Zoom. So movement is medicine.
Thank you very much, Penny Lee. Awesome. And over to Eric.
Good morning, everybody. I am Eric Perron, your real estate advisor with Engel & Volkers Ottawa. Markets are changing. We were sort of migrating towards more of a buyer's market. And now Toronto came out with their numbers in January. Their unit sales are up 35%, if you can imagine. Ottawa in January is up 18% over last year in terms of unit sales. So what does that mean? That means inventory is coming up. It means that it's starting to become more of a seller's market again, which is what we've been used to for 3 to 4 years. So to navigate all of that, price right, list your property, that's something that we need to make sure that we do extremely well. So my tagline basically is this: you're probably going to be meeting with 3 different realtors. Make sure that you interview Eric Perron. You'll be glad you did. I'm Eric Perron, your real estate advisor with Engel & Volkers.
Thanks a lot, Eric. And over to Norm. By the way, before we do that, Eric, any BAMs or referrals for you?
Nothing this week, no.
Nope. Okay, Norm, over to you.
Norm Boyer, Boys Home Maintenance and Repair. If the weather's starting to open up, things we're going to be flooded. So this industry is feast or famine. So now we're kind of slow doing work on our own homes. So the biggest thing that we promote is high performance glass. 366 glass. This glass is as warm as 9 layers of glass. It's a technology from the space helmets. So it reflects back heat. So in the wintertime, keeps the heat in. In the summertime, it keeps the heat out. So if somebody wants some extra information on that, I can send them a link to give them information on that particular glass. And most of the times we don't have to replace the windows, we can just replace the glass. So we just take measurements of your glass, order the new glass, pull your old glass out of your existing windows, put new glass, high performance glass into the your existing window frames. So that'll make your house warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer. So the other thing we do is the honeydew list, which means your partner gives you a whole list of things to do and says, here, honey, do this. So those that aren't familiar with a honeydew list, it's that list that your partner wants you to do and you'd rather not do it. So call Boyer Boys and we'll do that for you. So we fix your home. Oh, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Norm. And how was your week?
Well, it's starting to be busy. You know, the phones are starting to ring, but it doesn't take much for us to, get one call. We tend to go into a house and we stay there for like literally years because they keep giving us new projects every 6 months with the same house. And I'm open for BAMs this week. I've got some time. Well, today and tomorrow, I've got time to do BAMs.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Norm. And over to Cremina. Cremina, how is it going over there at Langdon's?
Good, thank you. So I'm here to represent Langdon's Flowers, which is established in 1975. It's a beautiful flower shop, and I encourage everyone to visit the shop. Take a look at the beautiful blooms that are arriving daily, especially now with Valentine's coming up. I encourage everyone to stop at the shop. If you don't have time, you're welcome to place your order online and take advantage of our special for PBEX with the code PBEX 2024. That will save you 15% of your order. And you're going to share the love you have with everyone in your life. The feeling of joy and love intrinsically connected to everybody, and especially Valentine's is the best time of the year to offer flowers or plants to your loved one, even a neighbor, your kids teacher. It's just a great way to share your love. And I'm encouraging everyone to stop at the shop, see our full selection of fresh cut flowers, plants, giftware, gift sets. We have local artists that are displaying their work as well. So you're not going to be disappointed. And the friendly staff will be happy to help you with anything you need. That's all for me.
Thank you very much, Carmina. Yeah, your shop is beautiful, absolutely stunning. It's world class. It's it shows that you ladies know what you're doing. Did you have a chance to meet anybody?
I've been very busy and I haven't had a chance to do that. And I'll be busy next week as well. As you know, Valentine's falls on Wednesday, and that's why I'm encouraging everyone to place their orders beforehand.
Yep.
And after that, I'll be happy to meet. I have few businesses in mind that I would like to connect with. It's just a matter of time right now.
Okay, great. Thank you, Carmina. Awesome.
Thank you.
And Q, over to you.
Thank you, Tony. Hello, everyone. My name is Q, an insurance lady of the group who help people protect themselves and their loved one in the times of need through the use of life, critical illness, and disability insurance. A reminder for you all, when you have any major milestone in your life, such as getting married, having kids, buying a house, starting a new job, etc., you should review your financial plan to make sure that you have a good foundation and that your insurance are still sufficient to support and protect that foundation if something unexpected happens. If you want to know more about how it works or know anyone who recently have a major milestone, give me a call so that we can have a conversation. Q from World Financial Group, providing you with financial peace of mind when you need it most.
Thank you, Q. And how was your week? Any BAMs or any referrals?
Not for me, no, for this week.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. And over to Kat. Hey, Kat, what's happening in Scotland?
Hey, not a lot right now,
No.
thankfully. It's meant to snow, so thankfully not a lot. So I'm Kat. I help people with social media. And today I want to kind of remind people that when you're posting on your social media, you need to go beyond your own pages. So go into different pages and different groups, whether it's the ones that are just where your customers are, which is obviously who you're trying to talk to, or whether it's going into the Phoenix group and adding some education, or whether it's going into the World Referral group and also adding content there as well. Just make sure you're sharing your business far and wide. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Kat. And how are you doing with BAMs or referrals? Anybody? Did you meet up with anybody?
Not since yesterday, no.
Oh, okay. I thought you met up with Lana or someone recently.
I met with Lana last week. And
That was
I'm
last. Oh,
job
okay.
to do this week. So I'm doing some work with her, but I haven't had another BAM, no. Not yet.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. And Ema, over to you, girl. What's the Picture Plus doing these days? You're on mute, by the way. You're on mute. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
There we go. Yahoo!
Thank you. Well, we are trying to restructure Picture Plus to be an online service so far. So I'm working on that. As you know, I'm a commercial photographer. So I look for business owners that are in need for photographs or content or that type of stuff that they need to use for the marketing collateral. We go there, we take the photographs, we take the portraits, we take whatever it is in terms of either it's a product or a service, and then portraits or headshots, we can go in there and do it all on location as well. I also own a printing shop, which is Picture Plus, and we can do from business cards all the way to, for example, the Core Plus signs for realtors. There's a few of you guys there. We can do all those Core Plus signs that you guys can put on the yard with the H frame or without it. We also have A frames if you're looking for some of those. I know that some of the agencies pay for those things, but some of them you guys don't have that, so we can do them in quantity as well. Beside that, I'm actually calling to do some BAMs. Actually, going to be calling Eric and Wendy and Norm as well to have some ideas that I would like to share, and that's what I've been doing.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Ema. Awesome. Penny Lee, did we call on you yet?
Yeah, I went very first, but I just want to know I've been working because I called Steve. He had his presentation. Message Norm. Norm is on board, so he's going to do his presentation.
Okay, wonderful. That's what I was on the cusp of that, so I just wanted to confirm that. That's great, Norm. Thank you for stepping up. Awesome job. Okay, and Jacqueline, how are you doing?
I'm great, and I will tell you, I took a beautiful long deep breath as I lift up my $10 bill. I just want you to know that this year, I am so grateful to know the story of Viola Desmond. In the event you didn't know, she's Canadian, a Black woman. She's biracial. So her dad was a barber, and her mom was the daughter of a white minister. The community appreciated the couple. The couple married. They had 10 children. She was in the middle. And she understood what hard work was. And she became one of the best known hairstylists. And she created everything needed for I will say black texture hair. She decided to go to an opera. She, like me, loves the opera. She decided to attend. She is nearsighted. She bought her ticket. She sat down. And then they arrested her for being in the wrong space, not paying for the back of the theater. She was charged. She didn't have legal representation. They charged her $23. This is back in the day, sorry, $26. $6 went to the owner of the theater. And here it is. If she were here, do you think she'd have people who'd say, I understand what the right thing to do is? So, on behalf of Viola, when you're looking for strategies for your mortgage money, and it doesn't matter, black, white, yellow, or red, what you want to do anytime you're looking for strategies for your mortgage money, man, you need to contact your mortgage honey. Ciao.
Thank you, Jacqueline. And that is a great reminder in the sense that from an energetic perspective, there is no black or white. We're all orange. There's just different shades of it. There's a lighter tinge of orange and a darker tinge. So there is no black or white. So it's interesting from a different perspective. We are all the same. We have the same creative juices.
So I had to
Sam,
say that on
over to you,
behalf
sir.
of Black History Month.
Yeah, yes. Go ahead, Sam.
Thank you, Tony. Good morning, everyone. By the way, speaking about what you're just talking about, there is only one race, the human race.
Yes.
Anyway, there's my contact information, Sam Sturz, connectedcars.ca, specializing in things like dash cameras. Also do minor repairs, body oil changes and brake jobs. And I just want to talk about this week was a mirror that I put on a car, and I actually have the broken one. Here's the Ford mirror that I took off the vehicle. It is severely damaged, but I'm going to try and fix it. The customer, I looked out to Ford. It's a 22, it's only 2-year-old Ford Explorer. Ford wanted $700 just for the part. $700 for this mirror. I found a used one online, and I was going to use the back of this one to repair it, but the customer actually went out and found a brand new one and saved herself $200 on that. So I put the new one on the vehicle just on Monday, and they're very happy with that work. If you're interested in something like that, or you know someone that is, please refer them to me. Also, let's see, BAMS wise, well, Dave, I did some tire repairs for him last week. Susan McGarry did some headlight work. Alex, I continue to advertise for him with my sales receipts for Evolta. And Tanya was here this week, confirmed that she has a wheel bearing starting to make some noise, but no emergency there, and she has a slight exhaust leak. Gave her an estimate on that, and we'll see down the road what she'll get done. That's it for me, Sam Sturz, connectedcars.ca, today's mobile electronics without the cost of a new vehicle, and lots more.
Great. Thank you very much, Sam. Just a quick segue here. If anyone has brochures or flyers, much like Evolta, and what Sam is doing is every time a customer leaves with the invoice, they get one of his brochures. I wonder if that would work with any of our businesses when we exchange. I mean, in other words, if Q would have something that would, I don't know, it would just be, you'd have to look at the different member that would be very much complementary to what you're doing. In other words, a photographer would be very good for perhaps somebody that is doing events. We don't have an event planner, but you know what I mean, where I'm going with that. But it might be good for a florist. So Cremina could probably, if she has some brochures on flowers, Ima could give that out, and vice versa, because if someone's doing a wedding,
and we're
it's a
doing
big deal.
events as
Flowers,
well. Yeah,
So,
and we're doing events as well, so that will be great.
yeah, so I definitely see a merge between Ima and Cremina there for sure. So that it's one good way to really get your name out there. I think we got every Buddy, I think so. Okay. I'm gonna head up. Hi, everybody. My name's Tony Jennis. I'm the spirit guy of the group. And one of the things that we are going through over the next few days, right now it's February the 8th, on the 10th, which I believe will be Saturday, is the Year of the Dragon. That's when the whole energy shifts in that Chinese New Year to the dragon. And it's a very powerful energy. It's a forward motion. And what does this all mean as far as business owners? Well, we are in business to grow. We're in business to work hard and do what we need to do to make enough money to get our families and other things going. And that's what the dragon is all about. It is a very hardworking energy. And just because it's aligned with 2024, when you add up all the numbers, 2024 adds up to 8. And that represents abundance or very much a forward motion financing thing. So when you have the dragon and that at the same time, it's even better. So what does this really mean is that you're going to do this should be your best year you've ever done, ever, because it's never aligned quite that way at this time in your business. It aligned in the 50s, very much similar to that. But this is a great time for us. But you're going to be working hard for it, and it's going to be a very satisfying year. What you need to do is to have goals. So meet someone like Penny Lee because it's very much a goal-driven thing, something that you can envision and make it happen. The energies, it's almost like walking in an airport and you're on a conveyor belt. You're going twice the distance. You're still walking like everybody else, but because you're on this conveyor belt, and that's what this means. So you won't really notice it because you're on the belt. But the people that are looking at you can just see you walk by, but you're not walking as fast as you're moving. That's kind of what this energy does. It's that conveyor belt idea. So, and it's also the green wood dragon. And what does that mean is that trees, of course, made of wood. And what do? They draw in water. In feng shui, water and money are the same thing. Anytime you have any leaks, Norm goes into a place and it's leaking, there's sinks are leaking, the toilet keeps running, any kind of water element is all money draining out of the house. Money that's in the house is nice aquariums, fish that are healthy, plants that are healthy. You don't want something in your money section, which is a special section in your home for money, to have dying plants. That's the worst. If that was representational on your bank account, it wouldn't look so good. So anything wood. So if you have a bracelet like I do here, I got this in Hawaii years ago, and it's made of wood, and it draws it in. You wear it on your left hand because I write with my right. Wear it on your left. That's your receiving. You want to receive money, okay? And so that's what that does. So that's a little point there. So on Saturday, that's when everything shifts over. So try and get things that are made of wood, even necklaces that are hemp or plant-based or anything like that. If you're on a diet and you're using plant-based, that's all very, very healthy in that way. Okay, so let's move right into the next section.
Bernie?
Yeah, Bernie's not
Sorry,
spoken.
Bernie. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Bernie, go ahead, sir.
Put all my contact details in there. I do stuff, and you want to know the stuff? Let's do a BAM. I'll keep it short and simple. And BAM wise, well, Kat and I chatted last week. You already heard most of this, Tony. You don't have to record it, Tony. Did a referral to Tony and had a BAM with Carl and a BAM with Josh and Tony, Lana, Jacqueline, and Richard Crossman and Kat showed up, or yeah, I had the call with Kat. Sorry, but Richard Crossman showed up for the East Trade Winds on Tuesday. That's it.
Yeah, I like Richard. He was a fun guy. I hope we see him again. Yeah, he was awesome. Okay. Every week we give one of our members more of an opportunity to talk about their business and their industry than more in a 1-minute segment. And this week we did have one person, but they're having some technical issues. They can't get online. So Norm has stepped up to show his business. And just a little bit of an intro. Norm runs a family-owned business, And the main people involved is they have a number of part-time people as well, but they are a team that get together. There's 3 generations in that, so the pride is really instilled in the work that they do. Rick is the installer that specializes in maintenance, repairs, and finishes on windows and doors, glass replacement, hardware repairs, and that sort of thing. And Norm does the door. He's the door expert. He's the senior estimator, and it's where it needs special parts to put in. And I have seen Norm MacGyver something, that a part that doesn't exist, and he makes it happen. He actually will go that far. So how many people do that? Well, it's when you're in business for 50 or 60 years now, Norm. I mean, you've been doing what you're doing, directly or indirectly for so many years, and all those have brought you to the point where, quality and pride has really taken a hold of you, and that's what people are looking for. So get something that it's just thrown together isn't your style, and that's good. You can let those people go, and they can buy something that's a lot cheaper, but they won't get anything better. So Norm, take it away, sir.
Well, I started to fill out my bio a bit. So I have military training. I was qualified as what's called a field engineer. Now they're called combat engineers. So I learned to blow things up, right? So that was an interesting part of my life. Then after I got out of the military, I was a realtor for 3 years. And my family situation, my wife and I have been married for 52 years. We have 2 children, Richard, which you've heard about, and my daughter Dawn, and 3 grandchildren. And then we have a couple of pets, Iris, which you occasionally see her crawling up on my shoulder when we're doing presentations, and Rascal. And so we've built a catio for them, but we've got a problem with the roof right now, so we got to fix that. So anyway, with the MacGyver thing, I don't know if you can see this. This is a Swiss Army knife, and one of my friends says, "You must be friends with MacGyver." And I said, "Not only do I have a Swiss Army knife, I have a Swiss Army uniform. I really do. I have a Swiss Army combat uniform." So my MacGyver skills are really there. Tony, do you have my video about the 366 glass?
I will. I do have it. I'll bring it up. Just give me a minute, and I'll be right back with you.
What Tony's going to show you is a specialty glass that we carry called 366 glass. It's a technology from the space helmets. It's got a coating, special coatings on the glass, silver dioxide, 3 coatings, so thin you see through it. But it's a heat mirror. It reflects back heat. So in the wintertime, keeps the heat in. The summertime, it keeps the heat out. If you have a failed thermal pane, a thermal pane is a double pane glass, and it's sealed together. Nowhere is supposed to get in or out. If you have moisture in between your panes, that means the hermetical seal has failed, and it's time to replace that glass. A customer said, "I need to replace a bunch of my glass because it's got moisture in between." So I quoted her low-E contractor grade glass, building code glass, was $8,000 to move her up to this high performance glass, $350 more on an $8,000 job. So if you're replacing the glass, I always move you up to the high performance glass. If you have rooms that are too hot or too cold, this is the glass you put in because it's beyond building code. Building code is so slow that it's unbelievable. It's so far behind the technology that's available, right? And right now there's an energy program that the government's got on, and it's discontinuing, which is the greatest thing that's happened to the industry. Because in all the grants and times that the government gets in, and I've seen a lot of the grants come in, each industry has what we call sharks. This means, the guy comes in, "Tell you what I'm going to do for you. You seem like a nice young couple." So what happens is I can't say anything about those people. I can't say, "Oh, that guy will burn you. They'll do lousy workmanship. They have lousy windows." I cannot say that because it makes me look bad, even though they are bad. So what happens, the industries have these people in them. And when the government comes out with a grant with free money, right, it's like chubbing the waters. So sharks from other industries say, hey, we can go use this grant and make tons of money. The consumer doesn't get a good deal out of it, right? Because there's less qualified people coming into the industry. So anyway, that's my thing about, we found out that this grant thing is running out of money. And as a member of the industry, I think it's a good thing because the government's getting out of telling you what's the right thing to do to for your house. You got that video, Tony, yet?
I do. I have it ready, sir. Whenever you're ready.
Show the video. What we're going to do is demonstrate how much heat goes through your glass. We have a heat lamp here producing heat. We have a meter which is measures BTUs. So we set to 500 BTUs. If your house is built before 1990, you're going to get 2 layers of glass, no coatings on it. So that means 330 BTUs are still escaping through that glass. If you have glass recommended by the government in the building code, we put this in, and it's a low E, still 311 BTUs passing through that glass, so still heat coming through. If you have a room that's too hot, too cold, then we'll put this layer, 3 layers of silver, and here transparent, and it brings our reading down to 6. So now your room is not going to be too hot, too cold. And we don't have to replace your windows, we can just replace your glass. How much time have I got left, Tony?
How much? Sorry?
How much time do I have left?
Oh, you got another, well, but about 5 minutes.
Okay, set the timer so I know.
Okay, okay. Yeah, well, you're closing us off, so we're going to be done by 9 either way.
Okay, so so that's the one thing that we do that other people don't. I gave a guy a quote. I tried to find him another company that would do what we do so he could get a comparison quote, and I couldn't find anybody. Everybody else wants to replace your windows. So there's some companies that have 366 glass, but you got to replace your windows versus just doing that. Eric had a customer. He had a house for sale. They got an offer conditional upon the building inspection, the home inspection, and the home inspector come in, looked at the windows. Windows aren't working. That's about a $25,000, $30,000 deal. So the purchaser backed out. So Eric lost the sale because the home inspection said you got to replace the windows. Eric sent me out to look. I looked. I said to the customer, $1,700, I'll fix your windows. I ordered parts from Edmonton. It took a couple of weeks. I went in and I fixed the windows, put the house back on the market. It's sold, no conditions. Windows passed the inspection. So that's the things that we can do. I had a customer, a condo. They had 125 windows to 125 doors, and 10 of the doors, the lock system wasn't working, and there was a part broken. I went to find the parts, $225 for the part, except you couldn't get any because the company was bankrupt. So I took the broken part. I said, oh, look, this part is broken. So I brought it to a machine shop and I said, how much you make 10 of these? He said, $1,150 for the first one, $100 for each one after that. I brought it to a 3D printer friend that I have and I said, how much? He said, $250 for the first one, $35 for each one after that. Made out of carbon fiber and onyx, stronger than the original metal part. So it went from being $1,100 to make a part to $250 and $100 a piece. So come down to $35. So I fixed the 10 windows. Instead of saying, can't get the parts, I said, it's a problem. I need to fix that problem. And I fix that problem. The other thing we do is a honeydew list. which I mentioned before. I had a customer call me. They had an IKEA island, and the tenant kind of damaged it a lot. It was on the floor. So I said, well, we have a minimum service charge of $325. So find some other stuff we can do while we're there, so that we don't spend $325 fixing a $700 item from IKEA. So that's what the customer is doing, making the list so that we can go in and fix a whole bunch of things. So now I'm going to leave it open for questions. If anybody has any particular questions.
Yep. Anybody have any questions for Norm?
Yeah, Norm, I have a question. How do you go about telling people about, I find the honeydew list incredible. It's such an amazing concept. I can see graphics. I can see so many people using that. And also the fact that you replace the windows, because just up here where I'm at right now, they replaced the windows yesterday, and it was like an entire ordeal for the owners of the house. So how do you go about advertising that? Like where do you post your things like this?
You mean you're saying somebody totally replaced the windows?
Yeah, they replaced the windows and they were not happy because they had to replace. It's a huge house and they had to basically dismantle the house to be able to do all these replacements. So they were not very impressed with it. So I think the thing that just replacing the
Glass?
the glass, fantastic. But my question to you is, like, do you advertise that precisely thing, the concept of doing that, and also the concept of the honeydew list, which is fantastic?
Yes, we have two vehicles, both equipped with cordless
On your social media, I mean, on your social media, do you have that?
Well,
on your social media?
Well, you can check out my website, boyerboys.ca.
Yeah, I've seen it.
So when I go into a house, like I said on my infomercial started, I go into the house, I'm there for a long time, because we go in for something small, right? And then they say, oh, can you do this? Yes, we can do that. Our building inspector had his house up for sale. He gave us a list, a honeydew list, and we looked at it. It was 3 pages long. We said 3 days, 3 guys, this much money. We were there for 2 weeks. Because what happens when we get into the house, the customer says, oh, can you do this? Yes, we can do that. So we kept adding to the list. So our biggest thing is we don't do yellow pages. Well, yellow pages doesn't exist anymore. But sometimes
they actually do.
Sometimes they still do the yellow pages.
Yeah.
When I was running sales manager for a $5 million company, people come in and they wanted an estimate on windows and doors. We designated which territory it was in. And we asked them, where did you find out about us? Well, you did our neighbor, or we saw the sign, or we saw your truck. And if they said we saw the yellow pages and you had 5 leads, the 5th lead that you call was the yellow pages. The yellow pages were the worst because there were so many people that were just looking for price. And we sell quality, we sell the high-end stuff. Not a big difference, 15-20% in the high-end stuff. But most people in the industry are selling the junk. You know, windows that I replaced, I guarantee you it's the one that had 311 BTU still going through that glass. It's not the one that 7 goes through. Because you get a window company in, and especially with this government grant thing, they sell you stuff that's not good. And then the problem is, when people come into the industries, people had bad, I think, Sam, people have bad installers. And when people come in, what I call sharks from outside the industry come in, you have guys that really don't know what they're doing. They track mud in the house. They don't protect the floors. They leave a mess. You know, when we leave, and you don't know that we've been there. And one thing, you know, when we're going to clean up, And the husband says, "Oh, no, leave that, I'll clean up." No, we will clean up, because we leave the mess and he doesn't clean up before his wife comes, right? And the wife says, "Look at the mess they left." "Oh, yeah, those guys left a mess." I'm not going to say, "I told them to leave the mess, I was going to clean it up." So, so not only is the installation proper, but you have to not inconvenience the customer as much as possible. You got to come in, out, clean. They can't know that you've been there, right? So the problem with Windows, I could talk to you for the rest of the day about the problems in the window industry, and you just gave a perfect example, right? Those windows may have been just needed to replace the glass, but they won't tell you that. They want to sell you $20,000 worth of windows instead of $3,000 worth of glass replacement, right? So they have an agenda.
Yep.
She got me out and around. Eric, did you get the part where I told them I fixed your windows for
Well, I just made a note actually to make sure I mention it. I try and refer Norm as much as I possibly can. He worked on a house for me that sold for just under $1 million last year, and wonderful. The clients were super happy about it. And the clients are clients that needed a certain, let's say, level of service and a certain level of quality. And I knew that Norm could deliver, and he delivered hands down, so much so they talked about it with some of their neighbors. He worked on my brother's home, over $1 million home in Ottawa, Old Ottawa East, doing some caulking and doing some things around the house. And I'm trying to think of anybody else, but yeah, and he repaired a patio for me on an investment property that I sold in Barhaven. One of my clients was selling. So, you know, he's on the ball, he's clean, and you know, when you're looking for a service, that's exactly what you're looking for. I'm hiring somebody to provide me with a service so that I don't have to do any of it. And that includes the cleaning, you know? And so that's what I like. When you're hiring a service, you hire a service. I don't want to be dealing with it. It's like hiring somebody to fix your car, but then you have to put the last bolt in. It's like, no, I hired you to do the mechanics. So please finish the job. Anyway, Norm is very good, great with clients as well. So clients get along with him very well. Not get along with him, but they have a very good experience with Norm. So I would highly recommend him.
I remember years ago I had a contractor that had to put in a kitchen in one of my units. I had a duplex, and the kitchen was really old, and this person put a new one in, and they left a huge mess at the end before the tenants came in. And I says, "Well, what's with the mess?" "Well, we won't clean up because we have to charge you more then." I still, to this day, that doesn't make any sense. You would figure that that would be part of the job, is to clean up. And like, there was 2x4s and there was sawdust everywhere. And it's like, like it took me, but it didn't take me long, half an hour. But that's it didn't.
your
Why they
cleanup?
wouldn't clean up
Your cleanup is your advertising. That's an advertising cost, right?
yeah,
It's
it's true. I never used them again, you know.
I've got a little vacuum cleaner, a half a gallon. It's a cordless from DeWalt. And so we make a small mess. I take this little vacuum cleaner, don't have to bring the great big vacuum cleaner in. And I was reading the instructions, and it said, it's a wet dry vacuum. It says, do not vacuum up gas or other flammable liquids with this vacuum cleaner. And I said to my son, why have they got this in the instruction book? He said, because Dad, somebody did. Somebody took the vacuum cleaner and tried to vacuum up gas or so, and it set a fire. You know, so unfortunately, you can't fix stupid.
Yeah. I remember going into a town, Northern Ontario, walking into a restaurant. As soon as you walk in, there's a set of stairs going down to the left. And on the top of the stairs, it says, please do not roller skate down the stairs. I don't know why they would have to have a sign for that, but like you said, somebody did it. And they were drunk, you know. Yeah, thank you, Norm, for your presentation. That was great. Thank you for stepping up. Yeah, we every time you do a job and we hear about it, it's nothing but good. So it is a testament to your commitment of quality and making sure everything goes good. Anybody that wants to do a BAM with
Going down
Norm, I'm
the
sure he's more
stairs.
than willing.
You told me about going down the stairs. I went down this going down this custom stairs. On the wall was a lion skin with a lion head. And I said, I thought you weren't supposed to hunt lions anymore. And he said, and he was what's called the High Commissioner in one of the African countries like years ago in Britain. And he said, this one ate an old lady. And because it ate an old lady, I had to shoot it. Because they go, oh, that tasted pretty good and it didn't run too fast. So once a lion ate a person, you had to shoot the lion. So I didn't know that, because easy meals.
Yeah.
Funny
Okay, Bernie, could
situations
you
in the
post
industry.
we're on the top of the hour, folks. We make sure we want to be done by 9 o'clock. And thank you, Norm, for stepping up. And Bernie, if you could post a quote, that'd be great.
I'm not a product of my circumstances. I'm a product of my decisions, Stephen Covey.
Thank you. And